And good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to the expert analyst desk, or some call it the troll desk. But as you can see, he's made an effort for us today. Aaron here, you're looking smart, man.
I'm trying to.
Pretty good.
Trying, yeah.
Not looking like you're going to a funeral, but just the right amount of smart.
Didn't bother with the combing the hair either,
No.
but it's okay. But also joining us is Zen on the Stoic, and we do have Fnatic versus CJ Enters as game one of the day. Big game straight away here, ladies and gentlemen. Fnatic coming into this one. Second place at IPL 5. First place at the Thor Open. First place at the DreamHack. CJ Enters coming into this one. They're fourth in OGN Winter. Currently up against some stiff opposition over there. So are we expecting a lot of cheese this morning?
If CJ Enders are going to bring out the cheese, I think it's going to be here. They are probably going to be at least a little bit intimidated by Fnatic. If they've been following the international scene at all, the hype around Fnatic currently is as high as it can ever possibly be.
Yeah.
And I think even pro gamers are a little bit vulnerable to the hype. You know, if everybody says, oh my god, that team is so good, you say, oh god, I have to play against them.
The mentality gets involved, yeah.
We see them here right now.
Team, I don't think there's actually any team in Europe or even Korea that can beat them. I think they are just playing amazing. They played IPL, only losing against World Lead.
Who were just immaculate at the time, yeah.
Flawless.
Unstoppable.
I mean, it's just... And also, to the point, is Reckless last tournament.
Yes.
Well, last tournament for Fnatic. Last tournament for a year.
Yes.
Well, certainly in Season 3 anyway. You can't be involved in Season 3. Because there is a law, ladies and gentlemen, and it is a law of the land in America, and that's not really anything anyone can get around. It's not like a Riot Games punishing him. It's simply a physical law of the United States of America, and that's a problem.
Well, maybe you can write to President Obama and see if you can make an exception for Reckless.
We want this young lad to play esports, so please do that. I'm sure he's got other things to worry about at the moment. So, Fnatic versus CJ Enters. What are we thinking from both these teams? How are they going to approach this one? How would they approach it? Fnatic knew in the morning, obviously, who they were going to face in last night, I should say, after CJ Enters lost to Meet Your Maker. So how would you plan for these games? How would the two teams approach it?
Well, I guess Fnatic watched yesterday all the matches from CJ Enters. They know how they play. They know who is their weakest link, who is the best player. So they're going probably to focus the bench on the best player. We think it was Insect, the jungler.
So take Lee Sin away from Insect, yeah, of course. And there is the team. I mean, Long Panda has been going through so much suffering in the OGN League. He's been up against some of the very best of the world. He's going to be up against Soaz today, so that's not exactly a step down. Insect, Dade, and Space. And like you say, Insect on Lee Sin yesterday. We could have made a highlight reel just about him on Lee Sin. So I'm expecting Lee Sin to be banned away from this one, as he should every single game.
I'm not sure.
You don't? You think they're going to bait it and let it?
First pick?
Oh, okay. Okay, they may try and take it. Soaz is good on Lee Sin.
Playing Lee Sin. And even Sanity. Sanity is amazing play with Lee Sin. Like, both players can play Lee Sin on the maximum level, even in jungle level and top lane. So I don't expect if they have first pick.
I don't think I've seen Cyanide playing Lee Sin in ages.
I may have seen him once, but a long time ago. The other thing was good. The other thing we pointed out with Lee Sin yesterday is that if you do land a Q, it's so easy to smite steal something, and that is something that Cyanide, of course, is going to appreciate.
Well, I mean, the flip side is we could have a Zed. We saw Zed yesterday from CJ Enters.
I really think, or I really expect at least CJ Enters surprises again with a non-common jungler.
And that
I really
Reckless.
hope so.
That is Reckless, by the way, we're looking at
Do you think we could see maybe a Kha'Zix jungle?
Yeah,
I mean, it's one of the things they asked about. They didn't pull it out yesterday.
And Season 2 was really good because
well, Soaz and Peke used obviously the Katarina Kha'Zix combo, both leaping in, getting the resets, jump into the next target. Yeah.
But still, in jungling, Kha'Zix is really good because you have like another flash on your E, so you can go with Oracle early levels
to get out.
And you're not going to lose it because you can jump every wall. So it's really a really good jungler. In Season 2, in Season 3, the Oracle nerf, it's not that good.
It's not. Is there any point in Oracle? I mean, well, that's a different. This is a different topic. We'll get onto that one maybe at some other point. We'll talk about Fnatic for right now. There is Soaz on your screen on the right in the white. He's got a little Cyanide to him left of me. He always looks so baby-faced, doesn't he? But he's actually older and a much more deeper voice than anyone would expect to come out of that face.
I guess, yeah. The voice and the face, not. Come on.
I guess it's a typical Finnish player. Is generally what it is. But Enrady just to the left of him as well. There is Cyanide.
Lowry. I like him.
He's a very, very friendly dude. We had him over to the Riot offices last year for the around the server split. We were doing some streaming with him, and he's just a really, really great, friendly guy. And all of them are. I mean, generally, I am very, very happy with our European scene. Even teams that are supposed to have like a rivalry, you see the players hanging out afterwards, just, you know, getting a drink together, just having fun together. It's a really, really nice atmosphere.
So we are into the picks and bans, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the big smiles on the face of CJ Entus there. They're enjoying themselves here at the Intel Extreme Masters in Cologne. They are on the main stage with the crowd facing them. Fnatic on stage 2.
I can do the predicts.
So you can do the predicts. Go for it.
The bans are already done. They know exactly what they're going to ban against each other. Yeah. And we see the first ban from CJ Entus was Listen. Yeah. Probably one of the best picks of Insec. It's already banned by them.
Yeah. And so Fnatic learning from the lessons that you guys had. Yeah, they didn't want to see a Korean singed.
But the question is this. Yeah. Fnatic
took a while to sink in.
Fnatic do have first pick in this. Why wouldn't they first pick Lee Sin?
Fnatic will first pick Lee Sin.
Well, Lee Sin is banned.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Would have. Oh yes, yes. Sorry, I got a little confused. It's early in the day. It's early in the day.
I'll take it from here then.
All right, go ahead.
So Singed, Evelyn, and Rengar being banned out for Fnatic.
And now we probably
standard.
Yeah. Cho'Gath. I was going to say Cho'Gath or Katarina was the first pick always of Fnatic, and then we see we see Syra, and TF first pick from CJ Entus. I was this morning talking with Peke, and he was kind of laughing of the Korean and Asian people first picking TF.
Right.
Since they're playing against SK Telecom, and their TF wasn't extremely that good.
There was a gift.
Yeah,
Mightily did have issues where he teleported and died to an
Peke was making some fun because he thought all the Asian people believe they have the skill of Messiah.
Right.
They're like, I'm little Messiah. I'm going to play TF. And then they face Peke, and he just destroyed them.
Yeah.
So we see again TF first pick. So I really hope we see something like Diana or Katarina on Peke's hands, and we can see how he can play against.
Well, we saw Dade on TF yesterday, and again it was average, I would say.
There you go, the Katarina pick for Peke, and a really probably.
And the thing is, Diana was available, so I mean that
still
was the perfect counter, really. But
yeah, well, Katarina's is well a counter. I think it's really good. It's probably better counter Diana because with Diana you can stop TF ultimate.
That's what I mean. Diana counters TF.
Exactly.
Katarina rather.
But still, I think Peke feels more comfortable with Katarina. So we're gonna see Katarina on mid lane, and also we're gonna see Ezreal Syra. I think that bottom lane is the Fnatic bottom lane all the tournament, or almost all the tournament. They're trying to pick Syra and Ezreal always.
And then rated taking Zyra over Leona.
Yeah, always. I think lately he was trying to first pick Syra over Leona. Even that his Leona is amazing, he's trying to always pick Syra.
Okay, so look at this now. I'm seeing a possible 2v1 switch by CJ Entus. The fact they've got Olaf in there, they've got the Nunu Katarina. I think they're going to try and push that top lane first.
Actually, last times I saw Soath playing Sen, he didn't do that good. I don't know why. Like, when he plays Kha'Zix, when he plays Listen, when he plays whatever in top, he just destroy the enemy top. But with Sen, you have an ultimate to help your team. And he's not that aggressive. But still, it's Soath. He can play everything.
It could be a jungle Olaf, though, if that Jax gets locked in.
It's jungle Olaf. If you see he has Ghost already, so Ghost and Jax or Nunu is not worth it. It's, it's going to be Olaf jungle.
And you don't want a 2v1 with Jax.
Of course, you don't want him.
Yeah, he's generally not going to work out so well. So it looks like Long Panda will be taking Jax in the top lane. So Jax versus Shen, pretty balanced fight, that one. Down the bottom lane, what are we thinking? This is the challenge for Reckless. He had many challenges the other day.
They're swapping the summoners. I saw Peke and Soath with teleport, both of them. I would like to see that again. The TC teleport tactic.
Let's see what they do. They may leave it to the last second because this tends to be what happens. They don't want to give things away, just in case anyone anywhere can see the screen of the summoner spells.
They don't want us. So that they.
I mean, I should point out they're in stage 2, so they've got no vision of any TV anywhere in that place. They have got the commentators, Joe and Jason, just in front of them, but they can't hear them either because you can see they got those huge headphones on their head. So what are we expecting here? Who do we think is going to win this one? The first game of a best-of-3 series.
I'm just a fan of Fnatic, so I will say Fnatic. Also, I think the combo is pretty strong. I didn't see Lowry playing that much Mundo jungle, but still, I think the combo is just such a strong combo.
Reckless and Unrated on Ezreal and Zyra have been brilliant all tournament long. Expectus Katarina is almost legendary at this point. I don't know that CJ Entus have got what it takes to stop Fnatic here.
And actually, at the last millisecond, Peke swapped the summoner spell.
So what did he go with?
Teleport,
He
of course.
did manage to pick a teleport up, so it's going to be teleport.
I was really
Katarina on that top lane. And personally, I'm thinking Fnatic probably will take it. I also think we're going to have an all-European final. That's what I'd like to see here in Germany. We are at the Intel Extreme Masters in Cologne. Of course, $50,000 up for grabs. This is the first semi-final of the day. Coming up after this one, of the best-of-3 series, will be Meet Your Makers versus SK Telecom, the newly picked-up team of Reapert, the excellent top laner formerly of Azubu Blaze. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are underway. So, without further ado, let's go over to our commentating team. It is Joe Miller and Jason But I love you, Funeral Taker, Cap.
So here we go then, Fnatic taking on CJ Entus. As you can see, we've got a pause early on. Someone actually disconnected there, I think, from Fnatic's side of things, if I'm not mistaken. So they're just going to be fixing that one up. But that gives us a little bit of time, Jason, to talk about everything that's going on in this game and how we feel it's going to go down. And just to touch on that point, the guys are actually sat behind us, but we've got these special screen reflector things on. So they can't actually see. I can't even see your screen from here, so... Well, they've got no prayer, that's for sure. But what do we think on this one, Jason? I mean, Fnatic, I called pretty much their picks, not going to lie, in that one. It was kind of obvious to me that Reckless was going to end up getting Ezreal after they didn't put it in that first round of picks, as we just see Cyanide actually left the game. So I'm guessing he's the one with the problem currently.
Yeah, we did see CJ Entus run 4 of this 5 combo against CLG EU yesterday. It worked out for them because CLG couldn't get to that Caitlyn. If they can protect her, going to be doing very well for them. But I mean, looking at over at Champions, I mean, we have a really strong lineup for Fnatic. They have a really tanky team with that Shen, with that Mundo, and of course Katarina. I mean, really isn't much to say about her, especially in Xpeke's hands. And then Enradi's playing his most played champion, Zyra, and then Reckless. I mean, we talked about on day one, you can't give them Ezreal, you can't give them Zyra, and yet we're seeing it again.
Yeah, Ezreal Zyra, this combo has been so successful for Fnatic. Already in this tournament, we saw it at IPL countless times from them as well, which, you know, they were just brilliant on it. N-Rated and Reckless are a real strong combo right now, that's for sure. Cyanide in the jungle with Mundo, like you said, pretty tanky in there with Shen as well, Soaz, who, in my opinion, and I think in the opinion of a lot of people as well, I know Demon said this one on day 1 or day 2 or sometime in the last 3 days, that Soaz definitely is up there with the best in the world, and some people would probably put him on that #1 spot in the top lane as well. From CJ's side of things, as you said, they ran this the 4 of the 5 that they've got now against CLG. Obviously, it was Zed that they had in the jungle for that game instead of Olaf, which I still think, you know, that Zed was actually scary.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not sure if it's because Insect was so amazing. I mean, he did play an amazing game with it, or whether it was really the fact that they didn't know what Zed was doing. Like, what does Zed even do? I actually spoke to Snoopy after that one, and I think that was half of the problem for them with that, because they didn't really know what to expect coming out of Insect on Zed. Olaf, he's going to have played Olaf more than Zed, that's for sure. So this could still be a massive combo coming in for CJ Entus.
Yeah, and actually, Makata yesterday, we were doing the interviews with them after or before they played against CJ Entus. They were saying, yeah, we're going to ban Zed because we have no idea what he does. No point in going up against that. We'd rather go up against his Lee Sin, where, you know, we're more comfortable, know exactly what he does. But we do have Cyanide reconnecting. Hopefully, we'll be getting back into this game. And Joe, do you really expect any level 1 action here?
It's a hard one to call. I mean, typically throughout this tournament, we have seen quite a lot at level 1, actually. And, you know, the Korean teams are known for this kind of early aggression, specifically in the lanes, maybe not quite as much on the early invade side, but we will definitely see wards going down. Whether we'll see anything more than that right at this level 1, I'm honestly not 100% sure. I mean, if you look at from Fnatic's side of things, you've got N-Rated and the Root there. That's a big thing already to start that one off. You've got the slow out of Cyanide, you've got Soaz who can get in there and taunt them back, but on the other side, you've got Twisted Fate with a stun card, you've got Jax who can have that counter-strike in there, traps from Caitlyn or a Piltover Peacemaker for that extra damage, the slow coming out of Nunu. Olaf's got his slow on the axe as well, or the Reckless Swing if he ends up going that way for that extra damage. So there's quite a lot of diverse options, I'd say, at level 1 here from both of these sides.
Well, looking at CJ Entus, we actually see Twist of Fate did take pick a card first as W, so he can get that gold card off. We do see the Undertow done for Insect. We see the Trap actually done for Caitlyn, so we potentially could see this happening. Blood Boil out of Nunu, and Long Panda hasn't really picked up anything yet, but he could go for that Counter-Strike. And, I mean, they have a really CC-heavy level 1 fight, and Fnatic, I mean, they have a decent amount of CC just with that Shen Taunt and the Grass Mage, just like you were saying, but they don't have a lot of damage behind that. And that would be a big problem here. But we do see, well, in-game, we have actually a Boots and pot, or Boots, 1 pot and 1 ward for N-rated. So that kind of gives you an idea of what they're trying to go for. It won't really be an invade on their side. And we might even see that lane switch that we seem to be talking about setting up. I believe it's the, well, I believe it's actually putting Caitlyn Nunu top lane.
Yeah, but you don't want Jax to be in a solo lane. So I'm not sure, or in a 1 versus 2 lane, obviously a solo lane is where you want him to be. So yeah, I'm still not 100% sure what we're going to see from this one. You can see Cyanide there in the middle. It looks like he's
I know what you're going to say.
Giving a stare to someone. Staring CJ Entus out like, this is going to break your confidence, guys, if I keep doing this. But we do have the admins there from ESL and a couple of guys from Riot as well, so everything should be sorted out here in the coming moments from that one.
So Joe, this is a best of 3. Both semifinals today will be. How do you go into a game 1? I mean, we talk about this, you know, often saying level or game 1, you can't really afford to do anything really risky because if you go down 1 game in the series, you're really up against the wall. But looks like we will be back into game here in a second, and this should be a great one. We do have another pause coming out, though, Joe.
We were live for all of 1 second. Just keeping us on the edge of our seat. But as you said, and what I want to touch on there from, I think it was Zenon that said it there on the expert desk, that if the cheese is going to come out from CJ Entus, this is probably it in game number 1, where, you know, I don't want to say you can afford to lose, but technically you can afford to lose a game number 1. But if you manage to pick up that game number 1, get it out of the way there with some kind of cheese strategy, then that can definitely throw you into a good position. But we're going to throw it over to our expert desk, and they're going to tell you something. I don't know what, because we've had a whole 15 seconds of this game, and that's right, we're looking at you to analyze every single second of it.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We can break it down. The items they've bought, they've got health pods, they've got boots.
A lot of boots.
With the items, we can know exactly what is going to happen right now.
So tell us, break us down the entire...
I let
it's going to be a 40...
Tell us the strategy right now.
We predict a 40-minute game now because of the items they bought.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Well, what I can tell you is that clearly Fnatic have this superior teamwork here where Caitlyn is splitting off from the team and Fnatic is staying together. The one thing I can say is that Zyra starting boots at just 1 ward, so it's a little bit dangerous in bot lane.
I think the last time he started with boots and 1 ward,
he put it on red buff,
put
right?
it on red buff, exactly. So he had no vision for his lane.
But he
That's
does
something
have,
risky.
He does have seeds. He does have the seeds. It's
Still,
not that great.
Seed doesn't give you that much vision.
Yep.
And the thing is, if CG Entus watched that and CG Entus watched a single time and rated with only 1 ward and watched the invading, they can try to force a ganks on bottom. But last days, we always saw Insect perma ganking the top lane.
Right.
That Long Panda, I think we heard that he wasn't that good on OGN. I think it was...
He gets tormented at OGN, but then again, he is against Shy and McNoon and
Well, he has Soad right now.
Exactly, this is what we mentioned.
Soad with any other top lane. He's amazing like them. So let's see. Still, I think Jax in a 1-on-1 versus Sen should win Jax. Like probably first levels, Sen can harass a lot with the passive, with the Q, but still, in the moment that Jax has like level 4, level 5, and of course level 6.
So you think it's more a balance of characters that one rather than a skill lane, which you sometimes get with the Aurelia Jax?
Well, I don't know. I feel like Soath is really good, so I don't know. Let's see what's going to happen.
Well, let's see what is going to happen. I believe we are going to get the game underway. We haven't yet. We're still paused, so it's all good. So we're not going to go anywhere just yet. Oh, they are going to restart, apparently. Apparently they restart, but it's something that we can't see on our own screen. So we are getting told the production have godlike powers. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back over to Joe and Jason.
And we are in a similar situation here, actually. We don't really know what's going on, which is great. We've got all of these people around us. Not one of them is talking to us. But that will get communicated here in just a little while, hopefully, and we can tell you exactly what is going to be going down. Just as we took our jackets off, Jason, because we were getting
right back
warm,
to us.
they come back to us on camera. And now I've got short sleeves, you've got long sleeves. That makes me obviously cooler. So we are into the game here. Not sure if we're going to stay with it or what's really going on, but it looks like we're going to be staying with it anyway. So let's give you a quick breakdown then of these two teams. Again, for Fnatic, we've got Reckless on Ezreal, N-Rated on Zyra, Cyanide on Mundo, XPK on Katarina, and Soaz on Shen. And we can see them already moving in to that top side of the river. Are they going to try and make a grab here on towards Dade on Twisted Fate? They're going to come in from both sides. Taunt actually misses. There's a flash away from Dade, but here comes First Blood, and it goes to Soaz. What a start for Fnatic. Can they get any more here? Will they be forced to back away? Yes, they will. First Blood is, well, a happy position for them to be in. It's going to help in that middle lane as well. The assist coming in onto Katarina. But we talked about Soaz in this top lane. He's got First Blood now. He's going to go straight home, picks himself up a cloth armor, a ward, plus extra pots. That is a big boost for him in this top lane.
Yeah, we saw how hard CJ Entus was camping that top lane against CLGU on Wicked. But now having Twisted Fate's his flash down, Cyanide should probably be taking advantage of that, give Katarina some early kills on, and that will help her snowball throughout the rest of the game. And that cloth armor ward can help out quite a bit against Jax. But I mean, Jax can beat Shen easily. You know, level 6 passed. And we do have, looks like Mundo going to be starting out at his rates here, most likely going towards that red buff. And Caitlyn putting out some good traps around the map, if you can see with those red dots. Just trying to cover any entrance into blue. And we do have Dottie actually coming around the side here. He steals it away.
Yeah, obviously that's a nice start for, or I say a nice start, since he died already. It's a nice after start for him after dying. Either way, it's going to deny Cyanide that little bit. He's going to be getting down on towards that red buff. Now we can see Olaf doing his blue here on the CJ Enter side of things. And we saw Jax also headed over. Who went low?
Cyanide getting really low, yeah.
Cyanide in the jungle. Don't want to be dying at this stage, which you wouldn't expect Cyanide certainly to do. There was a ward put down by Fnatic, so they actually saw Jax's position in and around that red buff area. But we'll see now how long Panda can really deal with this one, because as you said, he's been tormented, I think was the key word out of OGN in this top lane by a lot of players. And we can see that Soaz going very aggressive onto him once again. There is a counter-strike coming out, but Long Panda being forced back again.
Yeah, that's that early level advantage. I mean, push this lane a little bit with that extra kill in the mid lane. Got him at level 2, which Long Panda can't do much against. We do have Olaf heading up towards the top lane here. Shen might be in trouble. Does have Flash get away, though. And pretty sure Soaz will be smart. Cyanide coming around from the lane as well. This could be a counter gank here.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. His insect does start to come in. Here is the counter-strike going down. Soaz now will dash himself out, but here comes Cyanide from that backside. They don't want to be giving these double buffs over to anyone. The Cyanide flashes away. It's completely fooled him. Long Panda goes down. Here comes Katarina as well. Shen does die. Well, we do see a double kill coming out of Olaf. Well, PK will pick that one up, gets himself the double kill. Crazy, crazy stuff in this top lane. And there we see the power of that teleport again.
That flash. That's all you have to really say for that one. Completely juked them there. They even ran to the bush and like, wait, where did he go? Though Olaf, like you said, picked up 2 kills. Katarina was able to get one right there. Shen was able to get one as well. And even... Actually, who picked up first blood, Joe? Actually, it was Shen. So Mundo picked up the other kill. Got a Doran's shield with that. And XPK got double buffs now. Going to be really hard for Dottie to do anything against him. Though in the mid lane, he did push it down. Got a little bit of damage on that turret. And as you see this bottom lane, CJ Entus, this is what they've been doing every game when they run this Caitlyn Nunu combo. They just push as hard as they can against his turret, but then it's against Reckless, and he's playing his favorite champion, going to be able to see us on a tower quite well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Caitlyn does have that range in the bottom lane, and with Blood Boil on, it's hitting pretty quickly as well, but you've just got to be real careful there in terms of obviously getting ganked when you're pushed up that far. But if those roots start to land from Zyra, they will end up going aggressive onto you. I mean, we do have a cleanse from Reckless and also a ignite with N-rated, so they've got plenty of aggression to go with in this bottom lane should they want to. Top lane, Jax has come back in there with a Vamp Scepter. Shen already got the Ninja Tab finished off.
And he actually kind of lost a little bit of level advantage. We see Long Panda is pretty much caught up with him completely there. The mid lane, you're seeing XPK. He's trying to, harass a little bit onto Dade, but we do have Olaf coming around. Actually, will be spotted right there by that ward. And XPK should be able to get away here. Though Cyanide in the bottom lane, just put a ward on Dragon. Just trying to make something happen at that bottom lane. And Joe, do you expect to see any early oracles? Because there's a lot of wards going around the map already.
early Oracles, quite possibly, out of Mundo, and I mean, Insect got double kill there, so certainly racking up that gold. Already got his Philosopher's Stone finished, so he's going to be generating a good amount, so we could see that early Oracle coming into play for that one. Actually, we did just see a ward get put down here by Insect, and actually Mundo's position was given away from that one. In the top lane, we can see that Long Panda starting to feel that bit more comfortable now against Soaz. The CS up there, 22-26, so Jack's got a slight advantage with that one. He's going to be headed back home again, though, to spend his 600 gold, and there is the Doran's Blade. And a ward, most crucial.
And a ward. But the thing is, Joe, we do have, with that teleport on Xpeke and with the global ultimate off of TF, not to mention Shen, we could have a lot of ganks coming in multiple lanes. It could be, 2-on-2s in the bottom lane, turning it into a 4-on-3. And I want to ask where the action's going to come down in these lanes, but with all these global presences, it's really hard to lock that down.
Yeah, I'm going to have my finger hovered over the Q key here to follow Twisted Fate wherever it is decide to go in. That's what that one, once we see that ultimate popping up on the Fnatic guys. As we do now have Long Panda back into that lane. Olaf going to be headed home, actually. And I see what he goes for. Ruby Crystal in there, so looking like he's going to go double GP10.
Yeah, or maybe an early Shrez. Obviously, that's not the ideal item you want to go for. That Heart of Gold giving you that much-needed income, which sadly, rest in peace, Heart of Gold. Not going to see that anymore with Season 3. But yeah, I mean, that's the kind of build that we typically see Olafs go in the jungle. You go for that Shurelya's, you kind of supporty. You end up building into a little bit of health eventually, but with that early Shurelya's with your undertow, it's really hard for anyone to escape you.
This middle lane is teetering a little bit. I mean, they are both level 6 now, which means that obviously Peke can put down a lot more damage. So Twisted Fate actually deciding, you know what, I'm not going to stick around for this one and risk giving that Katarina anything more than what that 101 that he already has. There's an Amp Tome, double Doran's Ring picked up for Twisted Fate. So he's going to be coming back into that lane with a bit more health, with a bit more power as well. Meanwhile, top lane, Soaz, full HP, just harassing as much as he can onto Long Panda. They've both gone up to level 6 now, so with that teleport, with the Shen ultimate, with Twisted Fate ultimate in there, Jason, got to keep the old eyes peeled for this one.
This is actually be a really crucial point because we have Dade level 6, like we were saying before. We do have the teleport, the Shen ultimate, but there are no wards currently spotting him if he were to go for a gank on the bot lane or even top. So Fnatic has to be really careful here, maybe get a couple more wards just to spot it, as we do see Xpeke coming back to lane with 2 wards, so he's going to put those down, and we'll stop that from actually happening. But that could have been a huge snowball for CJ Entus. And Soaz, I mean, this is the point where he's going to start losing the lane, as you're seeing right now. Long Panda being very aggressive. Does have that Doran's Blade he picked up earlier, and is currently winning CS.
Twisted Fate just headed up there. And when you see him move out of lane, you can always keep your eyes open for something to go down, which not on this occasion. Unfortunately for us, from the whole action side of things, there's Long Panda. See, he's losing a lot more health than Soaz, but he's been constantly harassed with that Vorpal Blade at range, taking a couple of tower hits there in the middle of it as well. But Soaz doing a fantastic job here of farming up underneath his own tower.
Oh, mid lane,
as you will expect, as Peke going very, very low here. There's the Ignite down, but there's a pot running, and he should be able to survive this one yet. Not with much health remaining, though. Or maybe a sign of things to come in this middle lane.
Yeah, I mean, we did see that nice gold card out of Dade. He popped actually his flash and his Ignite there to try to get the kill onto Xpeke. It didn't work out for him, obviously. We do have Sana in the mid lane, going to be holding that, getting some CS. And at the bottom lane, I mean, space. He has his Berserker Brigades now. He has that Doran's Blade and the Vamp Scepter. It's going to be really hard to push him out because of that lifesteal and the attack speed he has. And they are doing some good damage onto this turret. Reckless coming back to lane finally. And I wouldn't be too surprised to see an early turret at that bottom lane from them.
Yeah, certainly not. I mean, one thing that Reckless has done well here, despite the fact that the minions have been pushed against his turret the entire time, look at his CS, he's hanging right in there, as Intake just coming around to cover this middle area. 2-1-0 did go for that Heart of Gold in the end, as we thought. Well, he's generating plenty of extra gold on his way around that jungle. And obviously that double kill at the start really helping out with things on that front. As Twisted Fate now is going down, not going to be making a move to any of those lanes though.
Yeah, there's some really good warriors in the mid lane. One in the lane just to spot him heading down towards the bottom, and one in that little, I don't even know what to call that area, but right above mid, where he could teleport towards the top lane. So, I mean, Xpeke doing exactly what he needs to against this Twisted Fate. And over the past couple of days, or most specifically yesterday, I wasn't too impressed with Dade's TF. I mean, it's one of his most played AP mids, and yet it kind of just didn't really seem to have any effect. It didn't really snowball any lanes for him, except the top lane against CLGEU, obviously. But I don't know. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, RNA had the same thoughts as I think you had there with that as well yesterday, that he wasn't super impressive in getting involved around the map, but we'll have to see how that changes here. I mean, once we go out of the laning phase, that's where Twisted Fate's ultimate becomes less and less useful, although we did see him coming into a lot of the team fights later on after split pushing a lot, as we are going to see a root coming down. Here comes the Zyra ultimate, where we've got Olaf in there, and Rated will flash away. There's the ultimate coming out of Reckless, but you can see Rated going low. There's the ultimate out of space, and that will secure the first kill in this bottom lane for Caitlyn.
Yeah, Reckless there. I mean, he tried to get in. He didn't want to blow that flash. Actually blocked the Caitlyn ultimate. Might have been enough to kill her anyways. But still, that is one death. And, I mean, that's exactly what CJ Entus can kind of hope for in that bottom lane. Getting Caitlyn just a little bit more fed. That CS is going to start widening just a little bit more. And so hasn't Jax. I mean, they've been kind of just butting heads this entire time, and yet their health bar still not moving too much.
Yeah, I mean, Phage now finished up there for Jax, as we said earlier on, got that Vamp Scepter to, even when he does get harassed, get it all back anyway. Giant's Belt finished on Soaz as well, so he is very, very healthy already. But Long Panda, up to level 8 now, is going to start to hurt, especially with that Phage in there.
Yeah, but luckily there's Q going to keep him healthy enough, especially those health pots he has rolling. I mean, he comes back to lane with like 4 at a time just to survive this harass. As you saw Long Panda right there, I mean, he didn't really do too much damage to Soaz because of that Giant's Belt and just how tanky Shen is right now. It's that 91 armor, that 70 magic resist. But then again, I mean, it's a Jax. When he hits that Trinity Force, that's like his critical moment. And then the GA following up right after that can easily take anyone on 1v1 here. And Xpeke, I mean, he hasn't really been around the map too much. He has a teleport still available. He did come to that top lane early on. But besides that, I mean, it could potentially be a wasted summer spell, which we always talk about.
Yeah, it's vital, obviously, to get those teleports in there. But I think once they really get rolling with the Shen ultimate as well, I think we're going to see a little bit of a change from that one. A Twisted Fate going down, not going to drop into this bottom lane. Mundo was actually just around there as well. So good call not to go down there just now and end up diving on this turret, because to be honest, Space and Kinch, they're doing a fantastic job. 112 to 102 CS. 1 kill in the advantage for Space on Caitlyn as well. Got that BF sword in there. Berserker Greaves, Doran's Blade, and a Vamp Scepter. He's in a prime position to be pushing out here and taking that tower down. The question is now, are we going to see any action around Dragon? Obviously, Olaf in the jungle is on this top side of river. Looks like he might want to try and pin down Caitlyn, which is never an easy thing to do
yeah,
anyway.
I was about to say. That Shimpo and flash up does go in though.
Oh, he's gone in. That could be disastrous. Olaf actually not really, I think, concentrating fully on that one. He's a little bit slow to react, and Peke actually just walks away scot-free from that one.
We do have Soaz though, and actually the enemy jungle right now going to put down, actually not put down a ward. He's actually just sitting in that bush. I'm not sure what he's trying to go for, but going to be backing out anyways. To have, wow, that harass on bot lane with that net, with that ultimate as you see right there. Very deadly, not to mention the Piltover Peacemaker. And Joe, Cyanide on Mundo, we haven't really seen many ganks out of him. He was in the top lane once, and I think that's about it.
Yeah, and the ironic thing about that as well is that he is actually behind on levels as well. We are going to see the Ezreal ultimate coming out here. And Olaf coming in towards this bottom bush now. This could be a bit of a danger time for Fnatic's bottom lane.
Yeah, that tower very low. Not to mention Fnatic very low as well. That should be first turn of the game though.
They need to watch out here because Twisted Fate, this is a prime position for him to come in around the backside of this turret and try and take him out. Once they get vision, I guess, on Mundo, that's when they'll be feeling a lot safer to go in for that. You've got that Shen ultimate to factor in. Insect still inside of this bush, but Fnatic not pushing too far away, as we are going to see Enrated go in there. Gets one step too close, and look at this. Insect is not finished yet. It will throw down the axe. Twisted Fate going to come down as well. They focus around on towards Cyanide. Where is Twisted Fate going to land? Actually, in the end, doesn't come down there. There's the ultimate out of Kinch. Cyanide gonna die to all that. Insect going low. Reckless not quite able to pick it up. And there is another double kill coming down.
Oh, here comes Katarina, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure that he's going to get there in time, though. Let's have a look. Space is the one that's pretty much open to that one. Gets hit with the 90 caliber net. And is going to actually dive down on towards Kinch. That is pretty much it, I think, from Katarina. Doesn't have that ulti up right now. Space just going to force him to back off, taking his health away. But, you know, 2 kills now on Caitlyn, 4 kills on Olaf. Got the Aegis, double GP10, got a Kindle gem to work up towards that Shirelia's. He is going to become a real problem.
Yeah, he is. And in that last fight, Joe, I don't know if you caught it, but in that top lane, the communication between CJ Entus was perfect because we had Long Panda actually chasing Soaz just so he couldn't get that ultimate off to actually get the teleport. He obviously got the shield off, but he landed that counter-strike in that little tri-push area and stopped it from doing that, which probably actually turned around the entire fight. And Fnatic, I mean, they went 3-0 in group stage, not looking very hot in this game as they currently are down that 3-6 lead. And a good chunk of gold on top of that.
Well, one thing that we always have to bear in mind in these tournaments that, you know, Fnatic played on day 1, won all 3 games. That was 2 days ago by now. You can be hot one day and let's just call it lukewarm the next day, or maybe cold even coming into it. So Dragon here, maybe the target now for CJ Entus is going to be pulled out here. Insect with that double buff on does have his smite up and available. Cyanide coming around this backside. Dragon down to about half HP. Kinch just going to try and be the meat shield to stop this from happening, but it will be CJ who pick up that Dragon, and they're going to be able to walk away without losing anyone as well.
Yeah, not to mention Soaz was trying to come down to help, and he didn't even try pushing that top lane to kind of counter this. Obviously not really going to be amazing, but he'll trade that any day Dragon for that top lane. But then Fnatic pushing onto this mid lane here. And this actually could be a team fight breaking out very shortly. Caitlyn's still in base though. Dade getting caught with that grasping root. And Fnatic just going to back out, doing about half, or a little bit over half damage to that turret.
Yeah, that's a decent little move from Fnatic, but to be honest, they need to get it finished off.
They have to be very careful here too. If they lose this fight, this would be disastrous for them.
There goes the root actually down onto Olaf. He's going to go in. Jax just jumping over on towards Shen. But that tower still lives. 475 HP remaining. Next wave of minions will be there pretty shortly, and the CJ Entus wave will be gone by the time the Fnatic wave comes around.
And we're seeing something very scary right now. Check out Caitlyn's items. Has Infinity Edge done. We see the Shirelia's done for Olaf just now. And Ezreal, I mean, all he has is that phase, and that's not enough right now.
Oh, Long Panda goes in. Dade, though, taking a lot of damage, and we are going to see Soaz going for the engage. PK does go in there. They've not managed to pick up a kill from him, but Reckless not finished just yet. Can he get space? Great movement from space in the bush, but that won't be enough. And now Olaf just trying to chase him out of that position, but Fnatic picking up an outer turret in the middle lane, getting a kill for it, a much needed one as well, I'd say, for Reckless. And that will be a trade that they'll take any day of the week.
And Joe, taking a look at the kills overall, I mean, we talk about spread. We currently see 1-1-1-1 for Fnatic. Everyone has a kill except that support. And the other team, I mean, Olaf 4-1-2. Yeah, he's gonna make him that much more tanky. He has that. Was able to get that Shirley's out a little bit early. Caitlyn with that 2-1-2. But I mean, what do you really favor in the kill spread at the moment? Like, I mean, does it really matter that Olaf has 4 and Caitlyn has 2?
I mean, to be honest, the spread from Fnatic's probably better on that front. I mean, they're also, if you look at this here, Shen is ahead. You've got Katarina ahead by quite a chunk. That's the biggest lead currently in the game. But this bottom lane is a little bit different to that one, as we are going to see here. Soaz in the top lane, taking a lot of damage. Twisted Fate ulti is going to come in. Shen is going to ulti himself out there. Oh, goes down just in the last split second. Nice jump in from Long Panda with that vision, and it looks like CJ Entus are going to be taking a turret for this one. Between Jax and Olaf, they can definitely tank it up if needs be. Twisted Fate was there as well. Yeah, but I mean, that's a kill now coming down for Jax as well, which is, as I said, really important in the grand scheme of things. You've got 4 on Olaf, which has allowed him to get into those items that he really wants, the Aegis and that Shirelia's, a lot earlier than he probably should have. So it's still a good position for CJ Entus. There's no doubt about that one. Fnatic, though, I think will probably be happy. A nice block there from Cyanide of that ultimate out of Caitlyn. And will they lose this middle turret? Probably with Caitlyn there, to be honest with you. If not this wave, then in the next couple. Olaf coming down as well. But Shen will join the fight. And Katarina actually headed through in towards the jungle. Going to be taking the race, which no, is fine, really, because you can jump anyway straight back in towards that middle lane to finish off. CJ now have a wave coming down. Will they try and utilize this range of Caitlyn to get in there and take themselves a turret?
Well, they're being very hesitant. They don't want to lose a fight here, because that would be very disastrous. And one thing, Joe, real quick about Fnatic that worries me is the kill spread. Yeah, they have 1 apiece. However, they need the resets in Katarina. As we saw in some of these fights, they don't have a lot of damage on their team. And without that, Katarina can't get the resets, can't really train against all of these people and get the kills. I mean, Reckless, we've seen him usually go, at this point, almost 8-0-2 at some point in some games earlier on day one. And that one thing that could come back and bite them in the butt. And yeah, CJ's not able to push that mid lane. Fnatic holding it very well. And I know that's always one of your peeves is when they take down the enemy turret and they try to come back and take the other team's turret in that middle lane. But this time they were able to hold on to it. Maybe they're listening to you that one day you're talking about it.
Well, they held it pretty nicely, that's for sure. But they're not done with it by the looks of things, CJ Enters. I mean, they got Twisted Fate there, those wild cards ripping already straight through the minion wave, almost taking complete wave out, to be honest with you. But the real danger there is space with that range. But as you said, they can't afford to get engaged on when it doesn't suit them, because there is a good amount of CC out of Fnatic, and then you're going to have PK diving straight in onto the top to try and finish those kills off. Meanwhile, Jax is actually pushing this top lane out. Soaz on the top side has been spotted there. They just pinged his position. So they know exactly where Soaz is, and he's going to meet Jax here, possibly. No, Long Panda just going to move straight down. And Fnatic still holding out, still holding this middle turret down.
Yeah, CJ Entus, I mean, they can siege this turret all day because they have such a great poke comp with those undertows, with those wild cards, with the Piltover Peacemakers, not to mention there's the range Caitlyn has on top of it with the Blood Boil. I mean, as you're seeing, they're still staying middle. They want to force Fnatic to stick around here. I'm expecting that bottom lane, trying to farm up, just trying to keep up in terms of gold and try to give his team just a little bit of an advantage. And Long Panda as well coming back into this mid lane. We're off a 5-man push here, and this should be turret.
Yeah, the thing is, they always have to keep XPK in mind. Even if he's down in this bottom lane, he can come right back in. That teleport is off its cooldown. So they can't ever forget that fact, CJ Enters here. And still, that wave, they weren't able to get any damage down. Still 590 HP on this middle turret. And Fnatic just soaking up the waves as they come.
And how long have they been in this mid lane, John? I feel like it's been 5 minutes already. And we do have Twisted Fate in the top lane pushing. We'll have that teleport to come in. I mean, Fnatic's just trying everything they can to keep this lane pushed out. And right in the back. I mean, he's taking a lot of chip. He's down to about half health right now. Expeke getting caught with a trap there. But we do have, I mean, it's like a standstill. They want to force one team into making a mistake here. And either team just doesn't want to make that happen. Just doesn't want to, fall into a trap here, as we've been mentioning this entire time. But items, I mean, we do have that Wits End done on Shen. We do have that Giant Spout. Looks like he will be going into Warmogs here, since he has that Ruby Crystal. You see the Haunting Guys are done on Expeke, and that's going to help out a lot for his damage. But like we were mentioning before, I mean, if they don't have Ezreal fed, they're not really going to be able to do too much. Zyra.
I mean, we saw one auto attack, I think, there from Caitlyn in that last wave. Roots come down, went down onto Olaf, though, so now it's going to be a case of who gets low enough first here in this little fight. And I'd say it's probably going to be Fnatic with the poke that we've got coming out of CJ. They've got to dodge those Piltover Peacemakers, dodge those wild cards coming down. The axes out of CJ's. It looks like they may want to get involved here. Cyanide going to be popped. There's the ultimate out of Reckless. We've got XPK in the middle, but he will go down as well. Now Twisted Fate going to be popping that ultimate to keep the vision. May come in off that other side as well, but this is a bit of a whitewash. There is Dade from the side, and that will be an ace. And CJ, as I said, they were poking until they felt it was the perfect moment. They were low enough to take it. They've now had 2 turrets, they get the ace, and they are 12-4 in the lead, and they're approaching a 10,000 gold lead.
And that was amazing how just quick Cyanide died in that fight. He popped his ultimate just to have the extra regen, but it didn't even matter. They just destroyed him. And they're trying to go for that inhibitor turret, going to be backing out, though, just so they can stay healthy, not see a counter baron happening. But, I mean, that was the entire thing I was saying about Fnatic. They don't have the damage at the moment to get those resets. We do have Katarina in the bot lane teleporting in, but I don't think he's actually going to be able to catch him here. Oh, and as I say that, he hops right on him and kills him.
Don't think he's going to be able to catch... Oh. Flash
I meant Olaf in base.
Huh?
I meant Olaf in base, clearly.
Yeah. I just had to look down the gold there. There was like 2,000 on everyone from CJ Enters before they went back there. And if we look at how these kills are now distributed, a lot healthier. 6 for Olaf, 1 for Jax, 1 for Twisted Fate, 3 for Caitlyn, and even 1 in there for Nunu as well. Trinity Force is finished on Jax. That's a big item in there.
Oh,
we can
Baron.
see. Oh, wow. Fnatic feeling like they are really far behind in this one, I guess.
Oh, and as I said, they back out. Come on, guys. They're killing me here. I say one thing and they do the other. But yeah, trying to go for that sneaky Baron. They know they are really far behind at the moment. As we just saw, CJ Entus, they almost turret died. I want to say almost because a tower died as they went in. But Insec, I mean, with that Shrillius popped is very scary as all of Fnatic just kind of backed away from that. Not much fighting happening because Fnatic was just trying to retreat, trying to stay alive. We do have Dragon up. Hasn't been taken well, twice this game, and it looks like CJ just setting up for it. They're expecting the bot lane. Gotta be a little careful here. Doesn't have a way to get away though. Has that Shumpo and should be fine. Yeah, there it is. Just making sure.
And Olaf not done. Insect charging in there. In the end, I think deciding, okay, I'm not going to be able to catch that one off, as we are going to see Ezreal ultimate coming across. But Dragon already taken down there by CJ Enters. That's only going to serve to push their gold lead further. But back towards the items again. Twisted Fate, Abyssal Scepter, plus a Sheen now finished off. Caitlyn almost up to that Phantom Dancer. Also got from earlier that Infinity Edge in there, finished as well. Double GP10 Negatron cloaks pretty much across the board. We've just seen an Oracle being bought out there for Nunu as well. So they want to clear out these wards that they know Fnatic must have after that little Baron attempt around the Baron itself. And you can see the CS difference is way in favor of CJ Entus as well. 30 CS in the top lane, 40 in the jungle. Katarina has an advantage from that middle lane. But then you've got Caitlyn, who pretty much had all the CS from those waves when they were sieging up that turret. She's up to 230 now to the 192 of Reckless. So overall looking very promising in this first game for CJ.
Yeah, I mean, knowing that Caitlyn kind of falls off mid-game, they comes back late-game, that's a very smart move on their part to let that happen. And we have a lot of major items completed, as we are just talking about, and Jax has a Trinity Force. They could easily force these fights, and Fnatic really won't have an answer for it just yet. And, I mean, CJ Entus 8,000 gold lead at the moment, looking like they could take game number 1, and that's a good way to start off the day. You know, take that first game in a best of 3, and then you'll be a little bit more relaxed because you have that little bit of give. As Ezreal, I don't think he killed any minions there on that, Joe.
They got him low, which I suppose is a bonus at least. But yeah, didn't really get much from that one. Now we can see the Infinity Edge is now finished for Reckless. Another Phage in there as well.
But CJ Entus, they're just bailing down mid again. They did this for a good 5 minutes early on with that first tier turret. And now going for this inhibitor turret here, forcing Fnatic to stay grouped up, forcing them to not be able to farm up to get a couple of items that they're really going to need. Expected trying to back, gets interrupted though. And that Abyssal Scepter should almost be done, if not already.
Yeah, and the thing that we saw yesterday from CJ Entus was they didn't give a monkeys, let's call it, about the other lanes except middle. They just pushed straight through for their victories in those games through the middle lane. I mean, they've got Twisted Fate, who's going to be obviously split pushing as much as he can into these lanes, try and force someone away from Fnatic.
Oh, Shen has to be careful here.
Yeah, they could possibly dive him on this one. So as here, going to get hit by the Caitlyn ultimate. We've got Jax coming around from the backside, Counter-Strike, not quite landing. Good flash away from Soaz. That will keep him safe. Insect actually around there may get himself caught out here, as he is going to just turn around, puts a Reckless swing down. Cyanide here, taking a lot of damage. And there is the Shen ultimate coming out, but it's not going to save Cyanide. Insect going very, very low, picked off by Reckless. There is the ultimate out of Reckless as well. Long Panda now the one to fall low. Twisted Fate going to get involved, puts the stun card down onto Reckless, built up a Peacemaker. Not quite happening. That's a double kill, taking down Katarina there. That was space with Caitlyn, and that will be an inhibitor turret and an inhibitor as well. Coming off the back of that, I mean, 3 for 2 in favor of CJ. It wasn't that clean of a fight, but it's enough of a fight to get them into this position.
Yeah, we did start there. I mean, in fact, we're able to pick up those 2 kills, and he got expected those resets, but a little bit of miscommunication at the end. It seemed right there as he went back in, trying to go for a couple more. And, I mean, CJ Entus, they're coming back with another chunk of gold off of that. I mean, 1,700 on Twisted Fate, 1,500 on Caitlyn, 1,100 on Nunu. And I wanted to mention, before that fight actually happened, was that CJ Entus was potted up. I mean, we had Twisted Fate with the blue pot, Caitlyn with a red and green, I believe. And they really wanted these turrets. They're really committing to it, and it's really showing. And this could even be a Baron for them, because they still have that Oracle onto Nunu. They have the damage they need. It's just, they really can't lose a fight at this moment unless they really mess up. I mean, that 10,000 gold lead already 28 minutes in.
Jax has got Guardian Angel.
Yeah, and that's the story of it right there.
Yeah. Trinity Force, Guardian Angel, go, 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 I think is what they're going to plan here as a ward comes down into Baron. Fnatic again, bit of a desperation move from their part. Let's keep the health up in the bottom left and see what we're going to see from this one. Is actually Long Panda is going to dive in there. Rest of his team not 100% with him, but they are going to turn that one down. There is Caitlyn being shut down. Kinch will die. Long Panda's going to get his GA pop. We've still got Insect right in the middle of him, but Dade just can't put down that sustained damage, and Long Panda actually will manage to leap strike. Oh, just gets away from the clearer of Mundo. No root landing onto Dade, but Reckless going to chase him down. There goes the ultimate out from Twisted Fate to keep him alive. But Fnatic 2 for 0 in that one. And again, CJ saw them doing the Baron and went in there 1 for 1 pretty much in the end.
Yeah, it was well played because Fnatic, I mean, even if they weren't going to commit to that Baron, they forced CJ Entus to make a mistake there, come in, like you just said, 1 by 1, picked up those kills, and now Insect getting caught. And by that, I mean Katarina's going to die.
Yeah, nice move there. I mean, it was helped a lot by Twisted Fate. Insect, though, can't imagine not getting it, although Reckless doesn't actually have the mana to arcane shift towards his position. So that was actually a nice little turnaround from CJ as well. And Fnatic now not going to be healthy enough for Baron, but they need to get back in the action quickly because CJ are now healthy enough, and they may just turn this one straight around and go in for Baron themselves.
Yeah, we do have Nunu pick up another Oracle just to clear out these wards. And this
there we go.
I mean, it easily could happen. We do have Teleport up on Xpeke at the moment. We still have wards around this Baron, so he could come in, he could pick up a kill on Insect very easily and turn this into a couple more. We do have Cyanide, and we do have Soas currently heading over there at the moment. And Soas actually backing instead. Does have the ultimate up though to get in.
Oh, Ezreal ultimate comes in there. It was really close, but it is going to be taken here by CJ. Soaz is going to get on top of them. Cyanide going to be the first one to die. But Peke is in the middle of that Baron pit. A perfect place. The ultimate gets destroyed by Caitlyn. There's only 1 kill coming down here for Fnatic. They've lost 4 men. They're going to lose Reckless here as well, surely, as they all flash in for that position. And Reckless running as quickly as he can to get away from this one. Gets snowballed up there. Does have Arcane Shift in 2 seconds, but it won't be quick enough. And CJ got to pick up another ace along that Baron. They only lost their AD carry.
Surrender
we
out of
are going to
Fnatic.
be seeing them taking down this first Nexus turret. As Jason said, Surrender Vote comes out, and CJ enters, going to take down Fnatic in our first game of this best of 3. Fantastic performance from the Koreans. 21-10 was the overall kill score. 31-minute game, and I'm impressed, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, they are the underdogs in this best of 3. We heard Snoopy, you know, having Fnatic to win the game. We started there. CJ Entus, nothing to laugh at. Came out really well in this game, really hard, and really wanted it. I mean, there's really not much else to say. That was perfectly well played by them. That mid push is really something that's, I guess Fnatic's not really too used to, and really didn't have an answer for. And because of that, you know, losing the game number 1, though, it is best of 3, we still have to say.
Yeah, it is a best of 3. But that gives CJ Entus an edge. But
yeah, it does.
I've also lost count of how many times I've seen a team win the first game of a best of 3 only to throw the next 2 away.
Right.
It happens in best of 5s, even best of 7s all the time as well. So there's still, you know, plenty of time for Fnatic to come in this one. CJ Entus, though, getting that early blow in there, and that is the perfect start that they will be looking for. The question is now, though, Jason, can Fnatic rally themselves and come back in the game?
Yeah, I mean, they're a really experienced team. I mean, and this is the last tournament with Reckless. Obviously, they can come back, and they probably will. I'll give it to them.
Well, we're going to throw it over to the expert desk. They're going to break this first game down, and we'll be back in a little while with game number 2.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the analyst desk. So, we have name tags now. I am D-Man. This is Aaron, and this is Zen on the Stoic. Wow. We are going to break down the Fnatic game. And really, CJ Entus putting up a strong performance. So without further ado, let's jump straight into replays. We've got lots of them. So let's go straight on it. It is 3 minutes in. It was the 2 for 2 on top lane.
Yeah, it was. He was baiting. Jack was baiting to Sen to go there, and Olaf was ganking. At this point, they were fighting a 2v2. Sen used a flash really smart to go the brushes and completely confuse the enemy team. And they get the first kill, but Olaf get 2 kills there. Was unlucky, but still. Peke get the double buff, was fine for the team. We're still a good fight for Fnatic. They was flash, they was teleport from Peke, but it was fine, I guess. Double buff for the mid lane is always good.
But the problem is that was the start of the double kills. That was the start of Insect's reign of supremacy.
Yeah,
I guess
reign of terror.
I have to say, I just feel a fan of that guy. Insect is such a beast in jungle.
So 1330 is the next one. That's where the bot lane, they were just completely baited, really.
Yep, it was a completely bait. I was talking here that Ola was coming and they just get baited because Evan TF had to ultimate.
This is the
and
start
we're gonna saw something really impressive from the TF. So Olaf was ganking bottom and they were just baiting, taking the tower. We can see the tower HP.
Well, more
really
importantly,
low.
they already pinged it. So they said, Insect, we've took, because they Ace in the Hole had just been used on N-rated, so they just completely baited it, said, okay, he's low enough, we can just gank this.
And now he's when N-rated, he's trying to ward that brush, that Insect brush, and in the first moment he tried that, he used Go in Insect with Ghost, with ultimate, and just, without Ghost I think it was, yeah, with ultimate, and there you go, the kill. And now we're gonna see Katarina, he's teleporting, and TF, really smart, go on him and stun him. Because, can you pause a bit? Sinon, please. Okay. At that moment, TF was just in the middle and he could not arrive bottom, but they were already winning the bottom fight. So he thought, okay, let's stop Katarina ultimate, let's stop that 3v3. It was going to happen in bottom. And he did it. He did perfectly. That TF was an amazing play, stopping the Katarina teleport. And then we see that Sanity get completely baited with the double buff and half HP. He was joining the battle and probably Pekka said, go Mundo, because I'm arriving there with my teleport. But suddenly someone stopped the teleport and they got baited and got 3 kills for, I think it was 2 kills for Insect and 1 kill for Spade, right?
Can we just check the top? Is that so? Did Jax go in and stop this ultimate as well? I think he did.
Yeah, he did. He
He went in counter-strike. He went in and counter-strike the top.
Oh, wow. Let's have a look at that.
So he's about to stand United, and he comes across. Actually, use it. There's the counter-strike, I think. How did he stop it?
He must have...
He
I
just
think he stopped
cancelled
it just with the ultimate. With the stun, sorry.
Right. So, but the counter-strike seemed to go off before it just...
Yeah.
I don't know. But they stopped it either way. So that's both lanes stopping 2 ultimates.
No,
Yes,
stopped
yeah,
it.
he's
bottom lane.
He's
Yeah.
stunned. He's with the
He was
stun
stunned,
over
yeah.
the head.
Just the graphics
So
still
it was amazingly
So
played.
Twisted
by
Fate,
CJ.
ulti stun card. Jax counter-strike stuns him. So they catch, stop 2 teleport
That
stuns.
is a play of the game. I mean, in that moment, it gives you like 3k or 2k difference and then a Drake. It was also a Drake for TG Enter, so it was like perfectly played by
Absolutely
all
superb
TG
play.
Enters. It was really nice.
We flash on to 22 minutes 20. It's really the ace for CJ Enters here as well. It was
on middle tower, they were poking so
Yeah.
hard. And we were thinking like, Mundo, use ultimate and don't go in. And he was like, nah, I have ultimate, I will go in. And this is the point that they were taking tower, and they tried to counter the tower killing with a team fight, but it wasn't really successful for Fnatic. We're gonna see now
And
the tower going down.
could have ulted now, right?
Yeah, he could ulti like before. Just when you have ultimate, just ulti and you get full HP. But he was thinking, no, we can probably team fight, so it's better. But they get tower down and they try to fight and they get destroyed. Completely destroyed. Katarina jumping in with ultimate, but it wasn't not enough damage. Insect was already really fed, and they get an ace. And now TF jumping on Ethereal and getting the ace finally. 5 kills, no kill for Fnatic. Was really.
And it gave them 2
Fine
towers as well, and
for
they completely
CJ.
pushed through. 27-10, this was the fight really that Fnatic just simply didn't have enough damage by this point. They were already
It was a really nice fight for them, but still. As you said, Demon, no damage, no kills.
So this, I mean, it was a 3-for-3 exchange, and honestly, the rest of the team, they kind of went in, and Peke went diving in just towards the end, and they just didn't have enough to finish it off because he hadn't got the snowball going, mainly for the fact that stun card that was used earlier on. And there you can see him getting caught out. So one-for-one exchange. Jax goes in. Then this is around about the point Peke goes, I can do this. I can do this. Man mode engaged. No.
It didn't happen.
Maybe I could. And they lose the inhib as well.
3-for-2, not 3-for-3. Sorry. Well, 3-for-2.
It's a 3-for-3. Oh no, 3-for-2. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
3-for-2, but still was not that bad for Fnatic, but still it was so much difference in goal. We can see 10k difference, and now a turret inhibitor is going to be even huge.
And then finally from that, it was desperation time.
Yeah.
Desperation Baron at 28-40.
It was sneaky, it was smart Baron. They put a ping ward to do it, and no one from CG Entus was looking at that. And then Jax goes straight to put a ward, and they saw him they saw them doing the Nasa. We're gonna see this. They put the ping ward, they were doing Nasa. They have Syrat, it's really fast Nasa with Syra and Ethereal. And Mundo as well, it's like 3 of the faster Nasa, but then it's come the team fight, it's gonna be like the end of the game with this.
Well, no, the actual team fight goes in Fnatic's favor in this one. They actually get the 2 kills, but the problem is, straight after this, CG Enters came straight back to Baron. So, I mean, Fnatic picked up 2 kills, and you thought, well, maybe they're going to squeeze their way back into this. They couldn't, unfortunately, get Long Panda. He gets away with nothing there. Insect also comes back, and he gets away with absolutely nothing as well. And there you go, the ultimate used, he's zipped away, and they just couldn't quite pick enough off it.
Yeah, this team fight was mainly led by Senton. Senton get Caitlyn and Nunu, and Peke just follow with the E and the ultimate of Katarina to destroy Katarina in 1 second. Now,
so I mean, this is where they tried another go at Baron. Insect gets away, can't quite catch him out. We're at 29-30. They come back. CG Enters come straight back to this, but unfortunately, Fnatic have not reacted quick enough. They need to all be back in now because CG Enters are like, we need to get straight back to that Baron, and Fnatic just don't respond quick enough. You can see they're starting to do it, but
it was again like yesterday. It was a fight from the junglers to get the Baron. But obviously against Olaf, with the true damage from the E and the smite together, you cannot steal it. Unless with Mundo. Mundo you can steal it if you are next to Baron with your Q, with your cleaver. Yeah, but he could not get closer to Baron. It was like he was getting shown, and all this smite against smite plus the E of Olaf was really hard for Sanity. So we get first game for CG Entus.
And a very, very good game. I mean, we saw that the skills available there. I mean, it really was all about that one fight. The move of the game, like you said.
13
complete stuns all across the board.
Perfect.
Fantastic stuff. So, CJ Entus win game 1 here at the Intel Extreme Masters. It is the semi-finals. It's a best of 3. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Game 2 going to be coming up shortly afterwards.